Hello everyone, myself Priyanka Vijay Kulkarni and today we'll see about the citric acid cycle, or it is also known as the Krebs cycle by the name of its inventor, and also known as the tricarboxylic acid cycle or TCA cycle. So this citric acid cycle, what actually happens in this cycle? This involves the continuous oxidation and reduction reaction. So in this, the oxidation of acetyl CoA to the carbon dioxide and the water molecule takes place, and this cycle or this citric acid cycle, it is totally aerobic cycle. Means what? It requires the oxygen. So about the 2/3 of the total oxygen consumed by our body is utilized by this citric acid cycle. So as I told you that the scientist Hans Adolf Krebs, in 1937 he discovered this cycle by studying the oxygen consumption in the pigeon breast muscle. Where actually this cycle is happen or occurs, it occurs in the mitochondrial matrix. Means whatever the enzyme which are required for this TCA cycle that are present in the matrix of the mitochondria, it is in very close proximity to the ETC cycle, means electron transport chain. As this electron transport chain, it is happen in the mitochondrial matrix plus the inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, so therefore this has a inner proximity or very more proximity with this electron transport chain. Total from our body, 60 to 70% of ATP are synthesized by using the TCA cycle. And the name tricarboxylic acid, why it is given? Because at the outset of the cycle, tricarboxylic acids are participants. Therefore this TCA name is given to this cycle. Yes, this TCA cycle is totally aerobic, while the glycolysis, it may be aerobic or it may be the anaerobic cycle. And the glycolysis process, it happens in the cytoplasm of the cell, while the TCA cycle or Krebs cycle, it happens in the mitochondrial matrix of the cell. In the anaerobic glycolysis process, totally 2 ATP molecules are produced, but here totally 12 number of ATP molecules are produced. How? During this cycle, the 3 NADH molecule and 1 FADH molecule is produced, and also the 1 ATP or 1 GTP molecule is produced to the substrate level phosphorylation. This is a central metabolic hub of the cell, and it is a final common pathway for the oxidation of fuel molecule like amino acids, carbohydrates, fatty acids, etc. In eukaryotic, the reaction of the citric acid cycle, it takes place inside the mitochondria, while glycolysis takes place in the cytosol. In this cycle, the oxidation and reduction reactions are continuously happens in the mitochondria. In this, the oxidation of acetyl group to the 2 molecule of carbon dioxide and reduce the coenzyme that are reoxidized through the ETC chain and linked to the formation of ATP. The main aim is the formation of ATP. So we directly go to the TCA cycle. Yes, this is totally 8-step process. We'll go step by step. Okay, So in this cycle, this actually this Krebs cycle or TCA cycle, it begins with the condensation of, okay, it begins with the condensation reaction. Fine. So what is the starting material over here? Starting material is acetyl CoA and the oxaloacetate plus water. Okay, so condensation of what happened over here? Condensation of 4 carbon compound oxaloacetate with the 2 carbon compound acetyl CoA is happened, and it gives the citrate and the coenzyme A. Yes, here we can see this is the acetyl CoA, okay, and here oxaloacetate. How many carbon compounds are there? 1 2 3 4. 4 carbon compound oxaloacetate and 2 carbon compound acetyl CoA. It condensed with each other with the help of water molecule by the enzyme citrate synthase. Okay, and what it forms? It forms the citrate molecule. So 4 plus 2, how many? 6. So citrate is a 6 carbon compound. Okay, how many carbon compound citrate is? Citrate is a 6 carbon compound unit is formed. This is also known as the aldol condensation. Okay, what is it known? It's known as the aldol condensation reaction. Now the second step is formation of isocitrate. So how this isocitrate is formed? This citrate molecule is isomerized to the isocitrate by the one enzyme which is known as the aconitase enzyme. This enzyme or this step is important because there is a one poison, fluoroacetate. Okay, there is a one poison and it is very harmful or it is very toxic to our body. It shows the different types of the toxic reactions to our body. Why this shows the toxic reactions? We'll see that this fluoroacetate poison, when if someone consume that fluoroacetate, that what happened, this condensed with the oxaloacetate result into formation of fluorocitrate. Okay, and this fluorocitrate, this inhibit this aconitase enzyme. Okay, fluorocitrate what is does? It inhibit this aconitase enzyme. Yes, and due to the inhibition of this aconitase enzyme, it causes the accumulation of what? Accumulation of the citrate in the body. So if citrate it accumulate, then it is a very toxic to our body, and such a type of inhibition is also known as the suicidal inhibition. Okay, yes. So next, up till now citrate converted to the isocitrate by help of the enzyme aconitase. Next is what? Isocitrate means this isocitrate is converted to the alpha ketoglutarate, or this isocitrate, it undergoes the dehydrogenation reaction. Okay, dehydrogenation reaction, or this reaction is known as the oxidative decarboxylation reaction. Dehydrogenation means what? Removal of hydrogen. Decarboxylation means what? Removal of the carbon dioxide or removal of the carbon atom. Okay, so from isocitrate to alpha ketoglutarate, here you can see isocitrate molecule. How many carbon compound? How many carbon compound is there? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, it is a isocitrate is a 6 carbon compound, and further this isocitrate undergoes the decarboxylation and the dehydrogenation reaction. It converted to the 5 carbon compound. Why? Because it is a decarboxylation reaction, means from this 6 one carbon is removed. So how many is remaining? 5. Okay, so alpha ketoglutarate is 5 carbon compound. We can measure it. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yes, it is a 5 carbon compound. Why? Because here CO2 molecule is released. Okay, here what happened? This CO2 molecule is released. Therefore, so it is a 5 carbon compound. Okay, so in this way the alpha ketoglutarate is formed. But this enzyme isocitrate dehydrogenase, it requires the magnesium ion and the Mn ion. Okay, magnesium and manganese ion it requires. This enzyme, this isocitrate dehydrogenase enzyme, it has its three isoforms. Okay, out of that one isoform it uses the NAD, and remaining 2 isoform it uses the NADP. Okay, and this NAD, this isoform which uses the NAD, it is found in the mitochondria. Okay, so this isocitrate dehydrogenase which is present in the mitochondria, it uses the NADP for the dehydrogenation, means NAD plus it accept the hydrogen molecule, so it become NADH, or here one NADH is removed, one CO2 is removed. So what is formed? Alpha ketoglutarate is formed. So next, what happened in the next? This alpha ketoglutarate is converted to the succinyl CoA molecule. Succinyl CoA means what? It requires the coenzyme A, addition of coenzyme A. This step is also oxidative decarboxylation step. Okay, and it requires the enzyme alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase enzyme. Here also same, dehydrogenase means what? Removal of the hydrogen. So acceptor of hydrogen is what? NAD plus. What we have to form? Succinyl CoA, succinyl coenzyme A. So coenzyme A is required. Next, it is a oxidative decarboxylation reaction. Decarboxylation means what? One CO2 molecule is removed. So in this step also the one CO2 molecule is removed and the one NADH is formed. Okay, in this way the succinyl CoA molecule is formed. So how many carbon compound it? So how many carbon compound? Citrate is a 6 carbon compound. Citrate is a 6 carbon compound. Then isocitrate also 6 carbon compound. Alpha ketoglutarate is, as the one CO2 is removed, it is a 5 carbon compound. Here also one CO2 is removed, so here 4 carbon compound. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is a 4 carbon compound. So succinyl CoA is a 4 carbon compound. Energy rich molecule is formed over here by using alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, and this reaction is known as the oxidative decarboxylation reaction. Yes, then next is what? Next is formation of succinate from the succinyl CoA. Okay, now succinyl CoA, it is a energy rich compound. So the cleavage of this energy rich compound is happened, and this is coupled with the phosphorylation of GDP or ADP to form GTP or ATP, and this is catalyzed by the enzyme succinyl CoA synthetase molecule. Okay, so here what happened? The formation of GTP or the phosphorylation of GDP is coupled with the conversion of succinyl CoA to succinate, means substrate to product. Therefore this is a substrate level phosphorylation reaction. Okay, So in this case, one GTP molecule is produced by the succinyl CoA synthetase enzyme. Okay, yes. Now in the next step, conversion of succinate to the fumarate. Conversion of succinate to the fumarate. There the enzyme name is succinate dehydrogenase enzyme. This enzyme is very important enzyme. Okay, this succinate dehydrogenase enzyme is very important because this enzyme also, it is a part of electron transport chain. Okay, it is also part of electron transport chain, as this enzyme is present in the inner mitochondrial membrane and this enzyme, it basically consists of, or this enzyme, it contained the FAD molecule plus it contained the iron and sulfur protein. Okay, this succinate dehydrogenase, it is present in the inner mitochondrial membrane. It contained the FAD and iron and sulfur protein. Okay, and it in the ETC it reduced the ubiquinone. Okay, but here what happened, here it converts the succinate to the fumarate, and this enzyme, it contained the FAD. So FAD is converted to FADH2. Why? What is the name of enzyme? Succinate dehydrogenase. So removal of the hydrogen. So here who is the acceptor of hydrogen? FAD. Yes. Now next step is the formation of malate, means conversion of fumarate to the malate. Okay, the enzyme is fumarase. This fumarase enzyme, it catalyzes the addition of water across the double bond, across this double bond of the fumarate to give the malate. Okay, this fumarase enzyme, it catalyzes the addition of water to this double bond. Okay, and it results into formation of what? Formation of the malate. Okay, in this way the malate is formed. And now the 8th step and the last step is what? Regeneration of oxaloacetate. Okay, so here which enzyme? Malate dehydrogenase enzyme. Dehydrogenase again means what? Removal of the hydrogen atom. So who is the acceptor of this hydrogen atom? NAD plus. After accepting H plus, it will become the NADH molecule. Okay, so in this way the oxaloacetate, how many carbon compound? 4 carbon compound. 4 carbon compound oxaloacetate is formed by the malate, by the enzyme malate dehydrogenase. Now we can see in this cycle how many NADH and how many FADH2 is formed. Let's see. In this step there is a 1 NADH molecule, in this step 1 NADH molecule, and in this step 1 NADH molecule. So how many NADH molecule? 3 NADH molecule is formed. And how many FADH2 is formed over here? We can see only 1 molecule of FADH2 and the 3 molecules of NADH is formed. And GTP, how many GTP? Yes, and 1 molecule of GTP is also formed. So what is the net gain of the TCA cycle? 3 molecule of NADH, 1 molecule of GTP and 1 molecule of FADH2 is formed. Yes. So in this cycle, as I told you, how many? 3 molecule of NADH, 1 FADH2 molecule is formed by using the 1 molecule of acetyl CoA by the 1 cycle. Okay, so the, as I told you that the 1 NADH molecule codes for how many ATP? 1 NADH codes for the 3 ATP. So here 3 NADH. So 3 into 3, 9. Okay, so 9 ATP from the NADH, and how many FADH2 form? 1 FADH2. So 1 FADH2, it codes for the 2 ATP. So 1 FADH2 gives the 2. So 9 plus 2 is equals to 11 ATP. Okay, and the remaining additional 1 ATP or GTP is formed by the substrate level phosphorylation, which is catalyzed by the succinate thiokinase. As I told you, substrate level phosphorylation, in that case 1 ATP is formed. So 11 plus 1 is equals to 12. So total number of ATP formed by the TCA cycle is 12. Yes, so total 12 ATP is formed. But while in case of the anaerobic glycolysis, how many ATP is from the one glucose molecule? 2 ATP. And in the TCA cycle, from the 1 acetyl CoA molecule, 12 ATP is formed. Yes. However, this cycle anaerobic glycolysis means in the absence of oxygen, and TCA require the oxygen. Why it requires the oxygen? As this cycle will operate only under the aerobic conditions, because here NAD plus and FAD, it can be regenerated in the mitochondria only by the transfer of electron to the molecular oxygen. So here for the acceptor, molecular oxygen is required, and therefore it is totally what? It is totally aerobic process. Okay, so in this way the TCA cycle is complete. Yes, thank you everyone.